Good evening, everybody. I'm Fictional Crystals, and Oriande is the second colony. Lotor had a colony where he housed Alteans that survived planet Altea's destruction over 10,000 years ago. He promised them survival and hope that one day they'd be free to roam around the universe without fear of the Galra. Lotor attempted to improve their lives. One of the ways he did this was by selecting special Alteans with strong magical capabilities to go to the mysterious second colony. Except the second colony wasn't what the Alteans expected. Those that were selected to go went to the first colony's planet's moon. There, their quintessence was drained out of them and used to power Lotor's ships and Riftgate. But what if that wasn't Lotor's original plan? Imagine if he initially had another plan to get his Sincline ships into the Rift, another way to give them power. As we found out, Allura's alchemy worked as a way to get the ships into the Rift. Lotor picked out hands with the strongest magical capabilities for a reason. He told them he chose them because they could survive the journey to the second colony. In a way, that was kind of true. He chose Alteans with the strongest connection to alchemy. Alteans with these kind of connections have a chance of being chosen Alteans, and entering the mythical, knowledge-filled realm Oriande.
Allura possesses a deep connection to ancient Altean energy.
If they don't have this kind of connection, they can't survive the journey.
It will only allow worthy Alteans through.
Oriande is where I believe he had planned for the second colony to originally be located. One of Lotor's supposed goals was to preserve Altean culture. I actually don't think he was lying about wanting to do that. He'd rather kill the Galra first in favor of the Alteans.
I'm ready to wipe the universe clean of all my enemies. Voltron, Hagar, and the rest of the Galra.
Lotor loved his Altean mother, Honerva. He wanted to carry on her work. He wanted to carry on the Alteans' work and unlock their secrets that had been lost in legends. He dedicated his life to learning about the culture.
I spent the following centuries searching for clues about my Altean heritage.
Prince Lotor was born after Princess Allura. However, he experienced thousands of years which she didn't, since she was frozen in a cryopod. He had no Altean with the knowledge or powers like her at the time, except for Hagar, but it's not like she was much help during his early years. He certainly rejected her help in his adult years too. Lotor had picked up clues on how to reach Oriande, yet he wasn't quite there. Nor did he know how to use Altean alchemy himself. He wasn't even sure if he could, since he is only half Altean. That's why he needed Alteans from the colony. He picked out Alteans with the strongest chances of becoming Altean alchemists and entering Oriande. They became his chosen ones. Once they unlocked the secrets of Oriande, they could do what Allura did. They'd have the power to infuse his ships with their alchemy/quintessence and pilot them into the Rift. It seems like Lotor may have even done some piloting training for them, which is how Bandor got this ship. Oriande was the second colony that was promised for chosen Alteans. Unfortunately, none from the colonies succeeded. They couldn't hone their skills. Lotor didn't know the trained Altean stuff Allura does, so how could he teach them? And to top it off, they couldn't even locate Oriande. None of them found the key to get there like Allura found. In a final desperate attempt to get into the Rift and carry on his mother's work, Lotor decided to find another way for the Alteans he selected to be useful. Since Altean alchemy is rooted in quintessence, aka life itself, hence the ancient Alteans who first figured out how to use Altean alchemy being called the life givers. Lotor figured that by draining quintessence from Alteans, it'd have the same effect on his ships and Riftgate as it would alchemy itself. The second colony turned into something else, a place where Alteans were drained of their life. Perhaps they were the secret team that made Lotor's Riftgate too.
I had a secret team construct this inter-reality gate.
Nevertheless, he did end up manipulating a group who looked up to him with false promises. These Alteans didn't know what they were getting into. There were casualties along the way.
It's true. Many Alteans perished in my quest to unlock the mysteries of quintessence.
Lotor thought he'd replenish the Altean's quintessence once he got an unlimited supply from the Rift. Lotor says he only takes as much as he can give back. He'd only extract as much quintessence as he could return.
We would only extract as much quintessence as could be replenished.
His story about the planet he helped out is true. In the Voltron Season 8 trailer from this year's New York Comic Con, Lotor is seen on his knees in despair watching the planet he tried to save burn in front of him. Zarkon and Hagar just stand behind him. The quintessence Lotor took from the Alteans didn't work to get him into the Rift. It wasn't until he partnered with Allura and her alchemy that he was able to achieve his goal of entering the Rift. So Lotor didn't manage to get the Alteans to Oriande. However, Honerva will. She's carrying on his work like he did hers. In the New York Comic Con trailer, Honerva has become the Altean Empress and has taken all the colony Alteans to Oriande. They've now gotten to learn the secrets of alchemy and how to properly use their powers. The mecha pilot Altean from Season 7 demonstrated her newfound abilities quite well, but Honerva and her Oriande Alteans are something for Season 8. So for now, thanks for watching, and Repitsa.
Let us embrace you.